This video is presented to you by Henry's Professional. Visit their website at www.henryscameraphoto.com.
Much has been said about the Mazda 2's drivability, how nice it looks, features, and more importantly, fuel economy. And that's the reason why we actually joined today's ride and drive with Mazda, just to check out what the Mazda 2 can actually do. So join us as we take the Mazda 2 with SkyActiv technology out for a ride in this first drive. Mazda is calling the Mazda 2 one of the best subcompacts in the market today, and they're putting their money where their mouth is. They asked members of the media to take the Mazda 2 out for a spin to give us a taste of their vaunted SkyActiv technology in action. Unboxed and a number of other media outfits obliged, and drove the car for 2 days in various locations scattered in the north.
So this is our route. We'll be taking off here in Pasig. Our first stop though will be along NLEX Shell.
Since we have a soft spot for hatchbacks, we opted to ride in the hatch version of the 2015 Mazda 2, though there is a sedan version available for people who prefer trunks. The Mazda 2 is a sporty little thing and uses Mazda's Kodo design philosophy that's also present in the company's CX-5 and CX-9.
The Mazda 2 has the Kodo design, just same as the CX-5, the Mazda 6, and the Mazda 3.
The nose of the vehicle may not do it for some, but it's perfectly okay with us. The flowing lines and curves of the car really makes it for us, and we'd gladly add the Mazda 2 to our imaginary garage of desirable hatchbacks we've set eyes on this year. The interior of the Mazda 2 floored us when we first saw it. It sports elegant, clean lines and a layout that's functional and easy on the eyes, and has the right mix of buttons. The manufacturers nowadays have a habit of overwhelming you with buttons and newfangled tech, and while we're obviously not tech averse, we are unboxed after all, some older buyers may not like the overly complicated dashboards of newer models. The Mazda 2 strikes a good balance between tech and functionality.
Has the sophisticated white interior, so you'll see craftsmanship. It also comes with a sporty black interior. It also has class-leading features, such as the heads-up display. You'll also see the heads-up display on the Mazda 6 and the Mazda 3. The Mazda 2 actually has it.
That's not to say that there isn't a fair amount of tech to talk about in the Mazda 2, and while the model we drove was a step lower than the highest end version that had the touchscreen display, which was incidentally replaced by a rather Spartan but functional LCD display, there's still enough in the vehicle to keep tech heads interested. You can pair your phone via Bluetooth, which also allows you to stream tracks through Spotify or Spinner, play your tunes via USB, or use it to charge your gadgets. While the head unit is a little out of reach of the driver, there's controls built in right into the steering wheel that allows you to control your music and everything else without taking your hands off the wheel. Mazda Philippines is really proud of SkyActiv technology that's built into the Mazda 2, which is probably the reason why they won this year's Car of the Year award from award-giving body CAGI.
Last Friday, we were delighted to be awarded Car of the Year for Mazda 2.
For the uninitiated, SkyActiv is a suite of technologies that's built into the vehicle, which includes better and cleaner burning engines, increased fuel efficiency, better transmissions, lighter bodies, and stronger suspensions.
These three things are the ones that build up the SkyActiv technology.
That's paired with a 1.5-liter twin-cam 16-valve SkyActiv engine, which essentially puts out 180 PS of power and 139 Nm of torque, which is then paired with a SkyActiv 6-speed automatic transmission. Simply put, Mazda's SkyActiv tech makes the Mazda 2 one of the most fuel-efficient vehicles on the road today.
It's going to be a fuel economy run with a twist. We'll make our way to Subic. That's about a 166-kilometer run. So after lunch, we'll be heading down to Las Casas, Filipinas. It's about 56 kilometers, or about an hour and 20 minutes away from Subic. Before we do reach Las Casas, we shall be stopping at Shell Bacac.
We drove the Mazda 2 from Capitolio in Pasig all the way to Las Casas, Filipinas de Acozar in Bataan, a trip totaling around 180 kilometers. While we did make a mandatory fuel top-up at Shell Lubang to replace the scant few liters of gas we consumed from the drive from Capitolio, after driving through endless SFX and a final mad dash through the winding roads leading to Bataan, our fuel gauge barely moved a few ticks. In fact, after all was said and done, we managed to record a mileage of 16 kilometers per liter, and we weren't even trying to win the eco run. We were on the lower end of the scale. Another team managed to get a mileage of more than 30 kilometers per liter, and if that number sounds unbelievable, rest assured that the officials from the Automobile Association of the Philippines were on hand to make sure everything was on the up and up. Speaking of spirited drives, calling the Mazda 2 a nimble subcompact is an understatement. Going through the tight, winding roads in Bataan at speed, trying to keep up with veteran motoring drivers isn't easy, but the Mazda 2 allowed us to keep up quite easily. It's at home on both urban and provincial roads, and if you're feeling especially racy, you can switch the sport mode on, which maximizes revs and downshifts quickly when braking and entering corners. The Mazda 2 is a fantastically fun car to drive, whatever road you decide to take it on. We're certainly impressed with the Mazda 2, a spirited drive, awesome fuel economy, and a modern, sleek design. It's one of the vehicles that should be on the top of your list when you're looking for a subcompact. It's also a ride that's not impossible to achieve. The Mazda 2 that we drove only retails for 800,000, 555,000 pesos.